Ghanaians are not doing as much as we think that they could do in terms of business and marketing. One of the things that I find about so many Ghanaian people is that they are happy. I see so much happiness. I hear so much singing.
Paradiso, Africa.
Hello to the audience. My name is Jeff Sanders, and I'm here in Cape Coast, Ghana, and we are at our Cape Coast Coffee House. Myself and my wife, Amina, she will introduce herself. So it's our pleasure to say hello to everybody from Ghana. We're very, very happy to be here to meet everyone today, and also to invite you. You are invited to Ghana. You are invited to Cape Coast Coffee House. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I'm Amina Sanders. Here is Cape Coast Coffee House, Ghana. Please, we are inviting you all to come join us. Lovely people. Thank you.
Welcome again to Paradiso, Africa. We're just going to dive in directly into our conversation today.
So just to say a little bit about the coffee house itself. We're located on a street here in Cape Coast, Ghana, a street that is frequented or often visited by tourists. A street that is often also visited by many of the local population. It's a popular street that people walk up and down to go to their destinations. So we see many people, and we have the opportunity often to invite people to come in. Cape Coast Coffee House, we've been here for about 2 years. This is a dream that became a plan that eventually we set goals for and brought into birth together. Amina and I met here in Ghana. We became friends here in Ghana, and eventually we married here in Ghana. And one of the things that we had in common was that both of us had a dream of having a coffee house. Amina is trained in food preparation, she's trained in catering, and so it was very, very natural for us to design and create a business that featured local foods and also some international dishes. I have always been very, very interested in coffee. I've been a coffee person all my life, and so I wanted to share my passion for coffee with the local population. Here in Ghana, coffee is not a popular drink with the local population. Ghana is actually more of a tea drinking country, but we offer coffee. We offer a new type of coffee in Ghana. What's new about it? What's new about it is that our coffee is actually grown in Ghana. And many of the local population do not know that actually Ghana is a coffee growing country, in addition to being one of the major cocoa growing countries in the world. But the coffee production in Ghana has been growing in recent years, and Ghana has produced a very, very good quality of coffee, and this is what we feature. We feature coffee that is grown here. We serve it from the natural coffee bean. We grind it here. It's roasted in Ghana, it's harvested in Ghana, and we sell it here in addition to being able to ship to destinations around the world. So that's where we are, that's who we are, and we've been very, very happy to be able to attract both local customers and international customers at our coffee house. We offer, in addition to coffee, Amina creates local fruit juices and another drink that's called sobolo. It's also known as sorrel in some of the other parts of the world, and there's another name for it that they call it
Hibiscus.
Hibiscus, Jamaica is what it's called in Spanish-speaking countries, but there's another name for it also, that other name that people call it sometimes. You know which one I'm talking about? Bisap. Bisap is another popular name for this drink, but it's made from the hibiscus flower. Very, very popular, and Amina's production of it is a very, very good one. She also makes juices from local fruits, pineapple juices with ginger, mango juice with ginger, and those are also very, very, they're favorites of many of the people here locally. In addition to the beverages, we have a food menu. Our foods are jollof rice, fried rice, we do fried fish, fried chicken, chicken wings, we do local soups and local stews. And am I leaving anything out?
French fries.
We do French fries.
Yeah.
We make French fries from potatoes. We also make fries from local yams
Spring rolls.
and also from local sweet potatoes, in addition to spring rolls. The spring rolls are another very, very popular item on our menu. And we do vegetable spring rolls, we do chicken spring rolls, and we also offer beef spring rolls. So that is our menu.
Thank you so much
That's
for
very,
the
very
powerful
nice.
business introduction. Amina, where did you find this cute young man? How did you find him?
Young man, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Actually, we met at the bar. There is a bar up the hill called Heritage House. It's a government building. There is a bar there. That's where I work. That was last year. No, last 3 years. He came as a customer, as a tourist. So I was a bar attendant. So he always come for me to make some juice for drinks for him. So through that we met.
That's nice.
Yeah. So viewers, it's possible to find love in the motherland.
Yeah.
If you are out there looking for the most beautiful queen that can cook, can take care of you, can make your life beautiful, please come to the motherland.
Yeah.
Everything is possible and everything is organic. Everybody that has been from back there and has visited Africa, believe me, the way you feel after eating the food and the peace of mind, we can't even express it.
Nice
So
weather.
please, just come back home and experience
Okay,
it.
so the bar that she mentioned was actually connected to a restaurant that belonged to a friend of mine. I'm originally from Oakland, California, Oakland. And the restaurant was called California Soul Food Restaurant. The restaurant was owned and operated by a very good friend of mine from Oakland. The bar was connected physically to the restaurant. I was a customer at the restaurant, but the drinks were also served from the bar there. And as I came frequently as a customer to the restaurant, I noticed her, and we eventually got to know each other and some of the other people that worked there, and found that we had common interests. So that's it. I just that's the story from my point of view.
But how did you find your way to the motherland?
That's a big question. I've had an interest in Africa all my life. You know, culturally, I'm connected to Africa as an African American, and I've always had an interest in Africa, in addition to just always having had an interest in the cultures of the world. I studied anthropology in university. I studied the histories of different parts of the world in university. So this has always been an interest. But more directly, I had friends in Oakland, California, who were Ghanaians. They lived, they worked, they had their careers in the U.S. And some of them, after retiring, returned to Ghana. So I had friends here before I came, and it was just kind of natural to come here to visit. And I came to visit several years in a row. I would stay for several months each time. But it wasn't until I met Amina that I began to think about moving here, living here, and eventually finding a way to work here. So that's how that developed.
Okay. So from what I understand, part of your reason for moving here full time is because of Amina here.
Yes.
So
yes.
what's the magic, madam?
Actually, I don't have much to say. It's how you take care of or how you receive people. The way maybe the way we relate, the way we receive him that makes him to decide to come down. But assuming we met and he was not comfortable and he did not like certain things, he wouldn't have decided to come. So the way things are going, and actually he likes Africa as well, and the way we do our things, so that makes him to come down and stay permanent.
Have you traveled out of Africa before?
No.
Do you intend to?
Yes.
Okay. So, two in one question. Why haven't you and why do you want to?
I would want to visit his family.
Okay.
I've not met them before. We do talk on the phone, but I've not met them before. And the reason I have not yet is because of the paperwork. We are still working on it. And that one, it takes gradually. You cannot do it at the same. So we're still working on it. Yes. So that's the reason I have not yet gone. And the reason I want to go is to visit his family, so we get to know each other.
Not to stay, right?
No, not to stay.
Okay.
Do you see yourself living Africa? Like?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yes. To visit and then come back to my home, Ghana, Motherland. But not to do a stay. No. I will be coming back.
Okay. So I'll come back to Mr. What exactly, I mean, yes, apart from Amina, of course, what exactly is that one thing that makes you want to remain in Africa?
Okay, your question is too small.
Okay.
There's not just one thing.
Yeah.
There's not just one thing, and it's not just Africa. I mean, my interest is the world. You know, it's not just Ghana. You know, it's not just Africa. I have been to many other countries and also many other parts of the U.S. I love the world. The thing that I like about Ghana, there's several things. Number one, it's an English-speaking country. And even though English is not the only language, and even though there's many people in Ghana who do not speak English fluently, still there's enough English that I can live and function and be understood and do business and have family and be in a community and still be understood and have people around me that can understand me. The culture of Ghana is one that is welcoming. You know, one of the major words that's used in Ghana is the word akwaba. It means welcome.
Yes.
And I hear that word all the time, and it has a lot of meaning in this country. You often hear it as a greeting, even on the street when people greet each other, akwaba. And so I appreciate that. More personally and more recently, I just appreciate the people that I've gotten to know here. Those that were here before I came that I knew, and also those that I've met. Amina is not from the local area. Amina is from the northern part of the country, and I've also had a chance to visit her family, her community, her part of the country, and it is also beautiful, but in very different ways. It's a different culture, it's a different language, a different way of dressing, it's a different religious area, it's a Muslim area. This area in the south is predominantly Christian. So it's just interesting. And I find myself always, daily, having to learn new things. And I appreciate that, the opportunity to learn more. Certainly and definitely, I would advise other people to come, to visit, to explore. You know, if people are thinking about coming to Africa to live, I would encourage them to come to explore, to find out whether or not you know, they like the weather, whether or not they like the local culture, whether or not there's opportunities available for them if they need to find a way to make a living, to support themselves. If they are retired, you know, can they find a place that's suitable for them to live, that they would enjoy, that also has the kinds of services and the type of environment that they would like to live in. I find the environment very, very different from living in the U.S., but I find it very, very comfortable place to live. I enjoy it very much.
The question is for you both. You see, there's a mass movement of Africans leaving Africa from different, like in Nigeria, there's this common word now. It's called Japa. So Japa means running away. So there are a lot of Nigerians, a lot of Ghanaians are running abroad to Europe, to America and all that. I mean, what can you say to such people? I mean,
well, there's a lot to say. There's a lot to say. Of course, not just for Africans, but for people worldwide. There are sometimes opportunities for education, opportunities for work and profession that are more available to people in Europe and America than they might be in their home country, whether it's the Middle East, Africa, Central America, South America, Mexico, certain parts of Asia. So for opportunity, often those countries are the place to go. Many people who I have known in America who leave Africa to come there, even though they may come to work, to get education, to develop their profession, their connections to home are still very, very strong. And they continue to support family and community here while they are working there. So it makes it a good place for people to come, not just for their personal needs, but also to be able to benefit family and community here at home in Africa. And so this thing of leaving to go to a place where the opportunity is better, of course, is not new. I mean, people have done that for all of history. People have migrated to the areas where there is more opportunity. And I just see it as a continuing thing that people will do as long as there is a need for them to do it, and for as long as opportunity can be gained somewhere and they can benefit from it personally, family, and community-wide.
I would add something to it, because looking at Ghana here, from the southern sector and back to the northern sector, most people from the northern region, the opportunities is less as comparing to Ghana here and Europe and US. So most people from the northern sector also migrate from the north to the southern sector for opportunities, because the opportunities there is less. So we do come back to the southern sector just to find for opportunities to help our family back at home, as Mbada said. So yes, I don't think there is something wrong with that. It's helpful, you know, just to help our family and support ourselves, and that's the reason we are doing that. So I think it's helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, from our own perspective, so for example, we have lived in Europe, we are from Africa, and we have come to the conclusion that the greener pasture we're looking for out there is here. Do you understand? And yeah, when people are clamoring for, I want to travel to Europe, I want to travel to America, we're like, you have everything here. What are you going there to look for? Because there you are a second-class citizen. You hardly get professional jobs. Even if you have your master's, your PhD, you still end up doing manual jobs, cleaning jobs, labor, especially in Europe. Do you understand? So, but we're looking for a way in which we can open the eyes of our people to see that the greener pasture you're going out there to look for is right here. Which is why we believe most of you diasporans are coming back home. You're finding your way back to the motherland.
And that's what we're also, you know, like asking people, if you have an idea that can help and you meet the right people, you can be able to help and build, you know, the continent.
You don't need to go outside to look for greener pastures.
Yes.
So for example, this coffee is made, I mean, it's farmed here, it's grinded here and everything.
Sorry to cut you.
Yeah, there are a lot of people drinking coffee in Europe, but they don't even know where it's coming from.
Yes.
Do you understand? They eat chocolate, they don't know where the cocoa bean and everything is coming from.
Yes.
You understand? So that brings me back to the coffee aspect.
Yes. Is our the primary coffee that we sell. These are coffee beans. The coffee is grown in Ghana. It's grown in what they call the Volta region of Ghana, and it's the Lake Levy section of the Volta region. This coffee is called Leklebi. It's also the name of it from the Kawamoka Coffee Company. So it's grown in Ghana. The company that we buy it from buys the green or the raw coffee beans from the growers in the Volta region. They are roasters and packaging. So this is their label. And we are selling the coffee that we buy for them under their label right now. And that's the source of our coffee. And we sell it here in the coffee house. We also have one person who has imported it to the U.S. for sale. And at this point, recently, he has been featuring it at 2 coffee houses in Nashville, Tennessee, in the United States. So, so Ghana is the source of this coffee. Ghana is traditionally not a grower of premium coffees, but the government has embarked on a program about 8 years ago to refine and improve the quality of the coffee that's grown in Ghana in order to sell this coffee both locally and regionally, in addition to internationally. Ghana is already a major grower and producer and exporter of cocoa, so they're looking to increase also their production and their export of coffee to the rest of the world, including Ghana itself. So that's kind of the story of our coffee and the story of what Ghana is doing with coffee today. Encourage people to come to Ghana and invest in our business.
Okay. Of course, why not? That is good. So you hear that?
Yeah.
Yes.
But seriously, yes, because I agree with you. There is opportunity here. You know, one of the things that I notice about Ghana is that many of Ghana's major industries are actually owned and operated by non-Ghanaian people,
yes,
by people from other countries. And so I think that it would be good to see an increase, number one, of Ghanaians,
yes,
operating, controlling, owning, developing and marketing their own products, their own resources.
yes.
Ghana produces everything, but you know, they're not as big on exporting many of their products to the world as I think they could be. I think Nigeria does a much better job of marketing their products internationally.
Yes, Ghana people are too sweet. They are too laid back.
Is that so? Why is that? Why is that? Amina, why is it that Ghanaians are?
They are in their comfort. They are
just
too okay in their comfort zone. They are okay.
Yeah, most people are reluctant because I don't know, but as you said, yes, I've said it myself, but I don't know how to explain it.
I have an idea.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know the answer to the question, but even though Ghanaians are not doing as much as we think that they could do in terms of business and marketing, one of the things that I find about so many Ghanaian people is that they are happy. I see so much happiness. I hear so much singing. We are located, as I said in the beginning, in an area that many tourists come to. There is one of Ghana's major tourist attractions located just one block from where we are. It's the Cape Coast Castle and Dungeons that is the location of the place that many of the slaves who were taken to the Western world back in the 16, 17, and 1800s. This was the place that they were brought to, that they were kept in until they were put on ships to be taken to the rest of the world. It's a World Heritage Site now. Many people come to Cape Coast just to visit that location. We are located very, very close to it. There are hotels in the local area. There are there's a national park that has some of West Africa's animal and plant life that people also come to see. So it's an area that offers many, many things for people to see in addition to the coffee house. And I just invite people to come, to remember that we are here, and to come and explore the area.
Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Now, my final question is, at what age did you find love in Ghana?
No comment.
But anyway, one thing I know is he's a cute young man, and that is a beautiful woman seated right beside him.
So please come and get your own queen. It's possible to find happiness in Africa.
Oh, do you think dating is easy in Africa?
We think dating is easy in Africa, but not really, but
Okay, I think there's going to be a part 2. Alright, thank you very much for yours.
Yes.
And thank you so much for your time.
Yes.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Keep the love and don't forget to visit.
Don't forget to visit whenever you're in Ghana.
Yes.
Visit Cape Coast Coffee House. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.